vlog on my life. It's not like butterflies. Always see you guys out. Peace, blessings, love, and abundance. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I did a video. And I was inspired to do this video because last week I had a conversation with my sister, and we were just talking about forgiveness and compassion. Well, I was talking about forgiveness and compassion. I won't really get into her whole deal. But anywho, I was listening to Brother Panic on Dr. Bay's show called First World Order Radio. It's a blog talk station. And Brother Panic was saying the exact same shit that I was telling my sister. And I'm going to tell you guys as well, if you're dealing with this area. Back to my braids. I braided my hair. I'm going to actually redo it because I know this is a whole nother subject, but I had braided my hair because my solar return was on November 26th. I turned 41, y'all, and so I'm gonna retouch up some things or whatever. And also shout out, I never knew radio, or I never knew TV. Speaking of Blog Talk Radio, I never knew TV. I won this shirt, this Queen Nanny shirt from them. So shout them out too. I love this shirt, and I love Queen Nanny. But it just let me get back to the subject in hand, and that's forgiveness and compassion. So we all have our own stories of trauma and different things that we went through in our childhood that was directly caused or a result of our parents. You know what I'm saying? A big part of us. Actually, everybody has money issues, and everybody has daddy issues. And even if your parent gave you all of these physical things, they probably lack in affection. And especially in the melanated community, because my parents were not raised with that affection. I know definitely my mother and my father. I know my mother's mother and father never gave her that love and affection. I know the same thing for my father, because his mother, oh my goodness, and his father wasn't there. Neither one of my parents' fathers were in their life. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't have a strong male figure, and they didn't have security and protection that a man is supposed to provide to his family, right? So knowing this and knowing how abusive and mean my father's mother was, and then knowing how deeply religious my mother's mother is, I know that their childhood was not easy. I know that they went through a lot of trauma. I know that for sure. So I literally had to put myself in their shoes in order to forgive them for the things that I felt that they did that wronged me, because as a human, you are flawed. You are never going to be perfect. You are always going to make mistakes and missteps. And even if you are a mother, like I never had any children in this lifetime, but I knew I had a lot of unresolved anger in me, and I did not want to bring a child into that, because even in my unconsciousness, I fucking knew that I would be passing on some shit to these children, and I didn't want to do that to my children. So I chose not to do it, because I had something inside of me that I didn't want to pass on. But even if you did have children, even if you do have children, you have to think that even though you think you might have, that you're a great parent and that you passed on the best of what you could give your children, you gave them the best that you had, don't you think that it's a possibility that your parents thought the same thing? And even if they deep down inside know that they didn't pass on to you the best that they could give, in your eyes, that really was the best that they could give. And it might not have been a beautiful childhood. It might have hurt you, beat you, all these different things. But that literally is their deep-seated and deep-rooted anger from their own childhood. And when we have an understanding that in the first 7 years of your life, your motherfucking brain has been programmed by your parents. They have given you this program that you have ran with. That they have ran with for their entire life. That they had ran with for their entire life, and now they've given that program to you. And it is up to you to break that cycle and that generational curse if you become conscious of that. And at the beginning, you're going to have some anger towards them because you have to deal with that trauma. You have to deal, it's like in astrology, there is a planetary body. It's not a planet, I think it's like an asteroid or something like that. It's called Chiron. And it's between the planet Saturn and Uranus or Uranus. And it literally is uh, the first step from breaking outside of the Saturn box, which is the boundaries and limitations that have been placed in your mind from your parents, because they told you can't do this, you can't do that, and then when you tried it and thought you was grown, they beat that shit out of you. I know definitely from my mama, because I got the most whoopings out of me and my sisters, and I have 3 sisters. So Chiron is the wounded healer. It's all of your wounds, it's all of your trauma that you are supposed to overcome in order for you to break out of that box, which breaking out of that box is the symbol for that is the planet Uranus. So, anyway, uh, the only way for you to be able to move past your own limitations of your mind and to free yourself is to free yourself from that trauma. And you can only do that if you are honest with yourself and you are forgiving of yourself and ultimately forgiving of your mother and your father, because they are humans, and humans are not perfect. They're gonna make mistakes, but trying to hold them accountable for what your expectations of what a perfect parent is unrealistic. It's literally not a logical thing to do. And if we really think about it, our idea of what we think a parent is supposed to do is based on television and movies. Because the Cosby Show, Bill Cosby did this, and Bill Cosby and Claire Huxtable was totally the idea of what a perfect black mother and father was, which nobody had those parents. And if you look at cartoons and fairy tale movies and the father king doing like the princess and all these are things that you desire and you want, because this is what has been implanted in you, that this is what the family's supposed to look like. And I'm not saying that nobody had a family that had some type of blueprint or patterns like that, or that we didn't have that long millions of years ago. But we're talking about right now in this modern time, there has been so much trauma in our DNA that most of us did not have that type of family. And so it is unrealistic to have these expectations that our parents were supposed to give us this perfect life when they didn't have that perfect life, and their parents didn't have that perfect life. And you can continue to go through the lineage and see that there was trauma upon trauma upon trauma. So in order for you to truly ascend to the next level, in order for you to truly gain enlightenment, is to acknowledge the fact that they're human, they're flawed, and to forgive them. And that forgiveness allows you to have compassion for them. Compassion comes from your heart, because you do not free up your heart. You do not allow yourself to grow if you are holding on to that in your heart. And I know that I was actually going to do a video about this, about the earth being an anagram for the word heart. That anagram is telling you that the way out of this is through your heart. So when you can have compassion for your parents, and you can see them as a little child, as a baby, and like if you could travel back in time and see everything they went through, you would have compassion for them. You literally have to do that. You have to travel in your mind, and you have to, knowing your grandparents, see the parents that raised them, and have some fucking compassion for them, or whoever raised them, and have some compassion for your parents. See them as a child and stop seeing them as an adult who you feel like you had expectations that they should have been perfect, or they should have been this type of parent. You know what I'm saying? That's just unrealistic, and that's just not who they were meant to be. They were exactly who they were meant to be in your life, because if they were not that person, you would not be who you are. You would not be here in this moment. And if it is not, and trauma is one of those things that helps wake people up out of the slumber and the sleep that their soul has been in. It helps to shake it, you know what I'm saying, and say, this shit is not real, you know what I'm saying, because really none of this is real in the first place. None of us are really going through this, because our soul is asleep and exist. The ego is an illusion, meaning the ego is actually a part of your subconscious mind that is just at the surface level, and your true self is submerged in the depths of the abyss. All right. My God, I said all that. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. That letting those that when people say don't have expectations, that's what they mean. Don't have expectations of other people because you're always going to set yourself up for disappointment. Now, what I have come to learn is that the expectations that you should have is expectations for um, your own magic and your mind to work. When somebody says, "Oh, don't have expectations that your rituals are going to work," I absolutely do, because that is me um, having confidence in myself and confidence in my mind and the magic of my mind that I can make anything happen because I am God. So I can make anything happen that might happen. Now I do not have an expectation to say that it has to happen by this time or give it a date, but I do have expectations that there is going to be a positive result from that. It's just like somebody having they a belief in the law of karma. People only see karma, which is literally the law of cause and effect in the seven hermetic principles. People see, okay, if I put something negative out in the world, it's going to come back to me. Then why do you not think if you put something positive, meaning your ritual, that energy won't come back to you? To me, that makes no sense. So, and I don't adopt to that belief. So remember, you are God. So whatever you believe to be is what will be. And that is no matter what it is that you believe to be. So I wanted to add that little nugget in that too for people who are getting into doing rituals like me, like I'm stepping my rituals up and getting more and more comfortable with myself and my mind and my magic. And that's exactly what this is all about. But yeah, guys, forgive your parents, have compassion for them. It don't mean that you say that what they did was, human moralistically right. However, you realize that at on the universal level, there is no um, there is no repercussions for it. It's not something that is going to be looked frowned upon. It doesn't mean that they're going to be damned to hell or anything like that. They're already living in hell in their mind and in their heart. Their fucking chakras are fucked up. There are chakras are in disharmony. You know what I'm saying? And what your job is to harmonize your motherfucking chakras, is to get yourself together and you be the light. Therefore, you can spread them. And just stop holding to unrealistic expectations, all right? And then the second thing is trusting your magic and have an expectation that you're going to get a result from your magic. But if you don't expect it and you don't have confidence in your magic, then it's not going to work, all right? I love you guys. I appreciate you taking me to my video. Peace.